Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are reviewing from the 30th anniversary Power Rangers and the Lightning Collection, the remastered Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger. So this is a new figure that's come out with pinless elbows and stuff. It's actually a sort of advanced version of the Power Ranger that we had received before, so I'm looking forward to picking him up. This guy actually come from Forbidden Planet here. He was £40, but thank you to Philip, who's Darth Moore, you might know him down in the comments section, actually purchased this for me in person as well. So he come over from Germany. He's been a fan of the channel. Well, I've been a fan of him as well since the beginning of the channel, to be honest. Must be on my 3rd subscriber. And yeah, it was really nice to come over at the weekend. We went to Canterbury and literally just went nerd shopping. It was absolutely fantastic. So I'm really proud, and it'll be a moment that I'll always remember as well. So really cool. So looking back at the figure here, I really like the box. I really like this kind of sort of glow here. This side is a bit dull. I kind of wish that it kind of transcended across here, but we can see what we get in the actual box here on itself. On the side here, we've got the Mighty Morphin Ranger down here using his like morpher on the side. This side we've got a nice collage, so I guess this will be all the figures that will be coming out in the remastered edition, which will be nice. And on the back we've got a computer rendering with all the accessories that we have there, so we have got quite a lot, which looks pretty cool. So I guess without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. So here he is in all his glory out of the box. I don't know why they have gone for this size box at all. I can imagine they put the other little accessories up here and then maybe like the splash effects down here just to give it a more of a display in the box, but oh come on Hasbro, you could easily put it into a smaller box. Just because you put it in a larger box doesn't make it more profitable for money of £40, that is for sure. So we just get him out for our first impressions anyway. Popping this down, we hopefully can slide him through, which is nice. And then we got the other accessories on this side, which I'll leave to one side and we go through as we go through the review. That kind of carries on the sort of mirroring of the box there on the background, but again it's just a tray there. So taking him out for our first impressions, it actually feels like he's got accessories inside there with him as well, so it has come with packed full of accessories, and unfortunately this one's come in there and it is a little bit bent, but we'll get to that. But yeah, it's just got his natural head on here, which is just the Billy. And actually, I really like the head sculpt. And I love the blue. It's a really nice looking blue. Doesn't look plasticky at all. It just looks really vibrant and really nice. So going away, take some pictures, put him through his paces, team him up with his others, and we'll see you in a mo. Back. We have been away, we have taken his pictures and put him through his paces, and what can I say about the figure right from the out-go? Well, it's really nice to have the Blue Ranger on the shelf, that is for sure, and I think Hasbro have gone above and beyond with this figure as well. And I know it's another incarnation of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which a lot of people for the Lightning Collection are getting fed up with. But it comes packed with oodles. You know, if you're starting to collect, these are the guys to collect. Unfortunately, it does come with that price point. So if you are just going to collect the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, for 40 quid a pop isn't too bad. But if you're adding these to your figure line and stuff like that, then it is quite costly, to be honest with you. But yeah, the accessories on here are really cool. So first of all, it comes with these two accessories, which are like these kind of lightning bolt kind of things here. You can put them around the figure, so he's powering up around the back of the figure if you wanted to do so. You could even just use them like if he's running along and put these next to him and stuff like that. So any kind of sort of electrical kind of things there, even use with your Emperor against Luke or whatever, you know, you can utilize these any ways you want. And they're very like nice and big. This one was slightly warped, so I had to put it in water, and within seconds it was coming to its kind of like natural state. But yeah, nice and weighty so they don't fall down. His other accessory, we go for his weapons here, so it actually comes with his staff. Got a nice sort of gold kind of emblem up there of the Triceratops, shall I say, with the silver going into the blue. The plastic itself is a nice sort of firmness. It's not too sort of like bendy at all like that, so if you're trying to put it into his hands, it's not going to warp anytime soon, which is cool. It doesn't come undone, unfortunately, but sometimes I think it's better in those kind of ways because it's just purely nice and firm in the middle without having sort of like extra little bits of plastic that can come undone and get warped. So they actually come in the 2 other forms as well, which are his other sort of like dagger style, again with the little sort of Triceratops logo at the top there, done in the blue with the silver at the bottom, bit of a smudge down there, and then they got the holes because this can actually fit onto the bow to make the sort of like the larger weapon when they put all their guns together as well. It also comes with a few other accessories on here, which are sort of like the gun. So you've got 3 forms of the gun. You've got the one where it actually sits naturally. This will be the one that you can put into his holster, with no extra little bits hanging off the end there and stuff, and it fits more naturally in there. And then the next form up is the dagger, with the sort of like the silver bit popping out at the end there. So you got that way. Again, they still haven't improved on the blue or the white spray, should I say, on there. It still looks a little bit over sort of sprayed. And then we have the gun as well in that kind of form. So yeah, not too bad. At least it's got a hole on the end. Actually, I think it might be a little bit different compared to the ones we've had before. I have got a figure on the side, just looking at it. I should have done this beforehand, but yeah, it's like the end's slightly a little bit bigger, more adjacent to it. So it looks like a better mould. You can see actually the paintwork has probably improved quite a bit, where they just kind of splodged on the bit of white on this one here. So this was the Red Ranger's gun. So yeah, definitely an improvement there, that's for sure. His other accessories that it comes with are his extra hands. So as all Power Rangers, they should. He actually comes with 2 little fisting bumpy hands. So he's good for punching his way through the putties. And again, these are on the peg system with the hinges. And he also has open sort of grippy hands, and these are for either posing to do some sort of like karate, or holding his staff and daggers, which are pretty cool. His other accessory that he comes with is, well, let's go for his glasses, I think, and with the Billy kind of head part on there. So he actually has got this extra head sculpt on there, looking pretty nice. And you actually got these sculpted in lines around on the back, which isn't too bad, because sometimes like the Baroness and all that, they actually take out quite a bit of the plastic of the actual figures on the face. So we can actually put on his glasses if you so wish, and they just fit into those sort of little grooves that are already cut out on the back, and completes your Billy look. And I think, to be honest, it's actually a really nice representation of the actor. I think it looks pretty cool there. And you can take it off, because I think now he seems to have found contact lenses in the newer kind of sort of like Netflix series that's coming out. So you either got best of both worlds on that part. His other hands that he comes with, so this one, he's got a special hand. He's got like 3 fingers in a grippy mode, and then you got this one as well, which is more of a karate chop. But the way the hands are displayed, so the hinge is slightly adjacent on this one, so you can actually bring the hand around this way. Swirling around, you can actually bring his hand forward, and this one this way. So he actually comes with his Mighty Morphin changer as well, so we get a nice little zoom in on that. And it's kind of like opened up, so you got the electric kind of lightning bolts shooting through the actual coin on there, looking really nice. And because he's got those little fingers, it comes with this little grippy handle on the back there, and you can bring that right around to his front, so you can actually do the Mighty Morphin kind of changing kind of pose on there. And yeah, it's just an extra nice kind of a detail on there. It's something else that you can add to your figures, displaying them on the shelf. So it's pretty cool to have. And they're all going to come with this as well, so this is another step up compared to what we hadn't had before. So just taking that off, we can actually change over his head as well. So this is his normal head that we already looked. The actual sculpt on there is pretty nice. And then we're just going to pop this off, and then pop on his actual helmet as well. And with a firm pop and all my strength, we have now the Blue Ranger, and he looks absolutely superb. So for the actual accessories, we do pay over the price, but then I have paid more for a figure that has come with less. So for me, the actual accessories that you get with this one is definitely a pass, a nice big massive tick for these ones here. So yeah, well done Hasbro for giving us all those extra play functions, especially for our Power Rangers. So yeah, looking at this guy, we can actually look at the actual articulation, and this one, he can turn left, he can turn right, he can't really look down that much. There's something going on with this helmet, I'm not too sure. Maybe it needs a little bit of a cut out underneath there, but yeah, he doesn't look down as much, and this is probably the worst Power Ranger out of them, not being able to look down. And looking up, not so much either, so you can't get him into those sort of like poses where he's kind of like falling through the sky, etc. Arm wise, got full rotation here, and it can come up this far, and we've got a beautiful butterfly joint inside there as well. We've got rotation at the upper arm, we've got a double elbow joint here which is pinless, rotation around at the wrist, and all the hands come on hinges as well. And then we have sort of torso or diaphragm kind of articulation there, a bit on the ball joint, so you can actually got quite a nice bit of movement around here. He can crunch forward that much and then come back this far, and then he's got the actual bit that's cut out, so we've got a nice hinge there, so he can actually really bend down, or he can really bend back up that part. Leg wise, come apart this way, they can go forward, they can go back. We've got upper thigh rotation up the top there. We have a double knee joint as well, which is pretty cool. We've got the boot swivel, and we've got a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. So all in all, articulation there gives Spider-Man a good run for his money. The only thing he's missing here is his toe articulation, and I think these actually come with a slight drop hip as well, so like the G.I. Joes. So again, for articulation, these guys are never no misses, so that is certainly a tick on there, which is really, really cool. And then the rest, I guess we have to look at is actually the sculpt of the figure. And just looking at this guy, it looks like I'm actually physically holding a mini Power Ranger in my hand. The sculpt on that is fantastic. The helmet looks so cool. That glossed visor, that crisp white line across the top of that visor as well, with the silvers and the yellow eyes. So yeah, looking really cool. Around on the back, nothing really much going on. The actual costume itself, again, the white lines really crisp on there. It looks slightly adjacent on that part, but again, not looking too bad at the front as well. And then they're on that butterfly joint, which actually spreads out the paintwork there, so it doesn't really hinder the paintwork at all on those. On the actual belt itself, we've still got the nice looking badge down there, and we've got these black lines which are extra compared to the original ones as well, which go around on the holsters. And then we got the hands again, and on the gloves with the diamonds, still looking really nice and tight, and down on his boots as well. So again, they're not really gone anything wrong here. It's actually really good. So again, another solid figure and another tick as well, which is fantastic. But no means least, this guy is definitely not a figure of the year, that is for sure. I mean, it is just a blue Power Ranger, you know, and he is really good, and he's definitely worthy of his gold badge. Unfortunately, it's just that price point which is slightly a little bit off-putting. So with that, we can actually bring it in some of the other Power Rangers as well. We've got the Leonardo Power Ranger here. I wish he was in this blue. If he was in this blue, he would look great. It's just a bit of a wishy-washy blue, unfortunately. And the only other blue Ranger that I have at the moment is the Chun-Li from the Street Fighter range. And yeah, my little Power Rangers are slowly growing. So yeah, can't wait for more, to be honest with you. Taking these two away, we can actually bring in some size comparisons as well for the other lines that we collect. So we have a Stormtrooper, which is the George Lucas one here, in disguise. And again, a nice sort of size comparison part on this. And then we can actually bring in Scott Summers as well, another blue boy. Looking quite tall as well, but I think the X-Men and the Power Rangers are supposed to be like teenagers. They're always kind of looking up into the adults, so I think it kind of works really well. Maybe the Stormtrooper was taken on at a very young age, and maybe he is also a teenager there. And then I think that's kind of it. Have I got any G.I. Joes? Yeah, I have got Stalker on the side, and we can bring in Stalker as well. And you know, it actually fits well with the 6-inch as well. A little bit of trickery there. If you're going to do a bit of toy photography, these guys will all be crouching down and you won't really see the size comparisons. And again, is a full-fledged adult as well, so it does work. And with no means least, we can actually bring in the rest of his crew and give him a little bit of a pose. Maybe get his hands sort of around, so yeah, you can just sort of stand slightly this. It's hard to pose all the figures because I've got the mic and I've got all the lights around me as well, so I kind of have to be precise with my hands while reviewing because I don't want to knock anything down. But this is the Red Ranger. This is the original release, and you can see that helmet is so squished. I guess with the new one they will bring out the new sculpt for the new helmet. It's just unfortunately, so maybe a little bit further down the line I will get. And also you can notice that they haven't got the black lines, which I may add at one point with a Gundam marker, who knows. So we got the red, we now have pink, on this side, and then we can bring in the Black Ranger, and then we can bring in the yellow. We can move up red slightly, we can put yellow on there. So just having all these colours on the screen, they just look fantastic, and just like really bold colours, apart from all the drabs that we do normally get from the Black series and the G.I. Joe line. Maybe the Marvel characters are quite nice and bright, but yeah, these guys really add to the shelf. So thank you so much. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, ding that bell, and follow me on Instagram, which is all in the description down below. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!